3 tips on how to crack interviews. What factors you should consider to drive great impact in interviews. Watch this video to know more. The average success rate of interview is 30.89%, which means out of every 3 candidates that gets interviewed for a role, only 1 gets selected on an average. And the success rate is far lower as you're getting interviewed for senior roles or roles which are higher up in the hierarchy. So the question is, what factors you should consider to really make a great impact in your interview. To understand this, we'll look at 2 factors. One is hard skills and second is soft skills. So hard skill is essentially the knowledge, the abilities, the skills that you need to perform the tasks in your role. On the other hand, soft skill is the emotional intelligence to narrate a story about who you are and what value you can add for the organization. Remember, the line manager or your interviewer has bits and pieces of information about you from the resume, but the interview is a great opportunity for you to paint a picture you would like them to see and hence create great impact through compelling storytelling. So let's analyze the 2x2 matrix and its 4 associated scenarios based on your strengths across hard skills and soft skills. If you are in quadrant 1, which is low in hard skills and soft skills, this is abject failure. You will struggle to crack any kind of interviews. If you are in quadrant 2, which is high in hard skills but low in soft skills, which means you struggle to narrate a coherent story about who you are and the work you are doing. This only translates to underselling, short selling yourself, and this is called short selling. What it leads to is you have to be lucky if you get selected, and even if you get selected, since you are not making a great impact, you will not command a premium in terms of the pay packets that you expect or the benefits that you expect. The terms and conditions will be dictated more by the employer, the interviewer than you. Quadrant 3 is great. It's a high impact quadrant. You have high of both hard skills, soft skills, the best quadrant to be in. You will command a premium, you will make a great impact on the interviewer, and they will vie for holding you, they will vie for you to join their organization. Now quadrant 4 is called incapable narrator. You are a great storyteller, but you don't have content to tell a story about. In 9 out of 10 cases, people will look through you and find out that you are not capable, and you will find very difficult to get a job. And even in 1 case out of 10, when you pass through because of your storytelling abilities, remember there is always a probation period where they will find out that you don't have the requisite skill sets. So my simple submission there is not a great quadrant to be in. If you are in quadrant 4, the only solution to that is please focus and develop your hard skills, your knowledge, skills and abilities so that you can move to quadrant 3. You have great storytelling ability, leverage that once you develop your content and then move to quadrant 3. Now, if you are in quadrant 2, right, and you want to move to quadrant 3 because we all know quadrant 3 is the most aspired quadrant, what is it that you need to do? How can you improve your soft skill? And that's the focus of this session. How can you develop your soft skills so that you move from quadrant 2 to quadrant 3? Here are the hacks to improve the soft skills. Number 1, score a point in the first 5 minutes through a compelling storytelling. Make sure you make the most of the question, tell us about yourself, which is always going to be asked. Narrate a story and connect the dots in terms of what you did at various junctures in your career to create a unified theme of who you are and what you stand for. Number 2, make sure you don't assume a subordinate position with regards to the interviewer or the line manager. Treat them as equals and operate from that paradigm. Number 3, maintain great body language. Have firm handshake, look at the eyes, don't slouch, be well groomed, the usual stuff. Number 4, have a structure in your conversation. So there is a famous methodology called STAR, but I always suggest make it SAR. So it is situation, action, result. If a question is asked, you need to share in terms of how you really tackled that kind of situation in your past experience by sharing what the situation was, what action you took, and what results or outcome you could achieve. So follow that structure, that's very impactful. Have the selling points ready in terms of why they should take you. What is your value proposition? What is your differentiation? how you differentiate yourself with respect to other candidates without sometimes even asking, or as in without sometimes being asked that question. And last, I would say that feel free to ask relevant and important questions. Questions could be, what is the picture of success of an individual in that given role for which you are interviewed? How is the performance measured? So on and so forth. So, 3 key takeaways from today's session. In order for you to drive great impact in interviews, what you need is, number 1, hard skills, basically your skills, knowledge, abilities to perform in the given job or position. Number 2, soft skills, which is your ability to narrate a compelling story about who you are and what you can do for the organization. And number 3, we learned that out of the 4 scenarios or quadrants, for you to move from quadrant 2 to quadrant 3, basically to improve your soft skills, there are a certain number of hacks we discussed which you need to follow to really create a great impact for your or in front of your interviews. That's it for today. If you like the session, please hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel so that my new videos can reach out to you. Thank you very much. Stay focused.